What's up, everybody? Welcome back to You Think. A lot of people have been asking, obviously, for my reaction to the news that came out of Carolina yesterday with the team parting ways with head coach Matt Rhule. And, I always struggle when coaches, get let go. Unfortunately, I was, just back after the 2019 season towards the end when Ron Rivera, our longtime coach, got let go, had to kind of live through that and play an additional couple games before that season ended up. Ron was let go with a couple games left in that season. And, you'd grown so close and you'd been through so much with these guys that it's just really, it's hard. You feel like you let them down. You feel like you failed them. You're still sitting in that room and they move on and are let go. It's always a tough time for the players, for the coaches, for everybody involved in the building. In this case, I didn't know Matt Rhule as well. Obviously, I never worked with him. I got to know him personally just from living in town and kind of crossing paths in different social settings. And obviously, I'm still a fan of the team and still, wish them success and follow along. But, obviously never played for Matt. Just from knowing a lot of guys in the locker room, I think they felt very similar to how we felt back in 2019 with Ron. I think they feel like they let the coach down. If they would have played better, if I would have played better, he'd still be here. But, now he's walking out the door and they still have to play, 12 games or whatever it is. So it's losing your coach is hard. Losing your coach in the middle of the season is really, really difficult. I think as far as the Panthers go from here, obviously this next hire is critical. I think they need to bring some stability to the organization, and at the end of the day, they need to bring success. I think fans are getting restless. I think fans want to see a product on the field, that they can, be proud of and that they can go out and support and give their money and give their time and energy to supporting on game day and, back filling up Bank of America Stadium, like it was, years back. And, I think the biggest message is winning is hard. Winning is hard in the NFL. There's no magic formula. There's no magic coach. There's no magic players. There's no magic play. It's a combination of decisions. It's a combination of people performing at a high level, doing what they're asked to do, doing what they're drafted to do or hired to do or, whatever it is. And that formula is messy. That formula is not easy to find. It's ever changing. And obviously these last couple of years haven't gone great. Does that mean Matt Rhule is a bad football coach? It doesn't. Does that mean they don't have good players on that team? It doesn't. For whatever reason, this formula didn't work. And whoever they bring in as this next coach, they've got to make sure they've got the right formula, right? And I think everyone says, you go out and you hire the best defensive coach or the best offensive coach or the best, and there's great examples of those working. My thought is you always hire the best leader and the guy who can deliver the message the best. Yes, you want schematic advantage. Yes, you want to bring in a great X's and O's guys, but ideally you'd like to have both, right? You'd like a coach that not only can give you a schematic advantage and give you an opportunity to be, well-versed on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball, whichever one you hire, but they've got to be a great leader of men. They've got to be able to weather really bad moments because they're going to come. They've got to be able to keep guys on an even playing field when you have great moments because they're going to come. They've got to be great messengers in the locker room. They've got to be great messengers in the media, press conferences. There's a lot that goes in to being a head football coach in the NFL. And, we don't live in the biggest market, but we live in a passionate market. Our fans here expect things to be done a certain way. They expect a winning product. And, as a member of this community and somebody who's lived here for a long time and played here, I get it. It's a passionate fan base, but they expect things to be done a certain way and they expect to win and have a product to be proud of. And I get it. So I think Mr. Tepper, I think he obviously understands that this is a critical hire. I don't think he's going to be in a huge rush. I think Steve Wilkes is going to do a great job. I've known Wilkesy for a long time. He was a coach of mine. He became a really good friend of mine, and I've known him for years. And, had his one shot out in Arizona, didn't really get a fair shake to let that play out, and now he's got another shot at it. So it's a long season. I think they'll start with Wilkesy and see how that goes. If he does well, he's got to be a candidate for the job. Local guy, grew up here. I mean, what a great story. And then, outside of that, they're going to cast a wide net, I would imagine. They got to make sure they get this hire right because, obviously the last couple of years didn't go as planned. So, I wish, Matt Rhule nothing but success. I think he's going to go get one of these top college jobs and continue to build programs and be a great coach like he had prior to coming to Carolina. And for whatever reason, like I said, doesn't mean everyone involved wasn't good at their job. It just meant that they weren't good together. And sometimes that's just the way the NFL works, and you move on, and you hope you get it right the next time.